We're going to sell you a product and we're going to charge you money to buy it. My neighbor texted me this morning, same guy I told you about 2 or 3 days ago, who called to get fuel oil #2 delivered and got told it's going to be 2 weeks because everybody's trying to get oil before tariffs kick in. Okay, so he had to pre-order 130 gallons, I think at 381. That's what he told me, something like that. Just to be able to get it in 2 weeks. So his propane delivery company is the same as his oil delivery company. And he tells me, yep, this morning I called him to get gas and got told 2 weeks. And if you want it before, we're going to charge you $150 for a service charge. And I said, what? They want to charge you $150 to come and then put gas in your tank and then charge you on top of that? He goes, yep. Unbelievable. I know what he's got for tanks over there. I don't know what levels are in them. He's got 2 tanks. But let's say he needs 80 gallons of gas. Okay? So the price right now is $3.50 a gallon. So if he needs 80 gallons, it's going to cost him $280. And if he needed it now, they're going to throw another $150 on for a total of $430. They have trucks in this area every freaking day of the week. You always see propane trucks around. But just to swing in a driveway for 5 minutes and fill up 2 tanks, we're going to charge you $150 to do that. That is insane. $150 to stop and drop off some propane. Unbelievable. I mean, that's highway robbery and then some. So yeah, we're going to charge you money to come sell you gas and get more money out of you. So here's some rough numbers. Some gas companies, they'll let your tanks run down 10%, 15, 20% before they come and fill them up. So let's say you're at 20% and you can't get gas for 2 weeks and you get a cold snap for a week. You're going to be probably running out of gas depending on what your tank capacity is. So let's say a pig tank. A pig tank is a 100-gallon tank, right? Well, you can only put 80 gallons in a 100-gallon tank. That's 80% of capacity. That's as full as they fill it. So 20% of 80 gallons is 16 gallons. So let's say your tank has 80 gallons full capacity. And now you're looking at your gauge and you got 20% in it. And you make that phone call knowing you got about 15, 16 gallons in it and get told that story. Well, we'll get to you in 2 weeks. And if you want it before then, we're going to charge you another $150. You got to try and stretch 15 gallons of gas for 2 weeks. Let's say you have a 250-gallon gas tank and it's run down to 20%. That's 40 gallons. Okay, you could probably stretch 40 gallons 2 weeks, depending on what your gas load is. But are you heating your house with propane and everything's propane? Yeah, you might not make it, right? Let's say you have a 500-gallon tank. Well, they fill them up to about 400 gallons. So what's 20% of that? If you were run down to 20%, well, you get 80 gallons. So you got to try and stretch 2 weeks on 80 gallons. Maybe you'll make it, maybe you won't, but you stand a lot more chance of going 2 weeks on 80 gallons than you do on 15 gallons, right? I'm not playing gas games. I'm not playing oil games. My tanks, I topped them off before winter got in here. I don't need a gas truck again till sometime next summer when we're not playing these games. And I don't need to worry about a gas truck coming every month to fill up a tank. I haven't worried about that for years. And it's nice. I bought my own tank. Somewhere down the playlist is a video I made about buying your own propane tank. Yep, it's a out-of-pocket expense to do that, but some people make comments in the video and stuff. Oh, it ain't worth that because of blah, blah, blah. You know what? Teach their own. Do whatever you want to do. I don't care. But for me, on this 500-gallon tank I have, I got it used from my gas company. He gave me a good deal on it. I paid $1,100 for it years ago. Did it $100 a month increments. Got it paid off. Things done me well. And I can get it filled whenever I want. I am not going to waste their time. You know, I look at the gauge and it says 65%. Oh no, I'm down a few gallons. I want to get filled up. No, that's ridiculous. When it gets down around 50% or something like that, I give them a call, say, hey, it's around 50%, you know, so whenever somebody's around, you know, don't make a special trip. Just when you're coming through and you got some gas on the truck, swing by and top it off, and that's what they do. So it's not an inconvenience to them. It gives them a chance to get some gas off the truck. They make some money. They're not going out of the way. I'm getting filled up, and it's a win-win-win-win. And this time of year, yep, I know I've got all kinds of gas, and no worries. By owning my own tank, I said this in that video too, I don't pay what everybody else pays. Shortly after I made that buy your own tank video, I put up another video referencing this same neighbor. I got gas just a few days before or after he did. It was like 3 or 4 days, something like that. And I mentioned the price difference. I can't remember what it was now, but it was significant of what I paid in my personally owned tank per gallon compared to what he paid in tanks that his gas company owns. That was a big freaking difference there. So do whatever you want, to each your own. But for me, it was definitely worth buying my own tank and getting these cheaper prices, and I can have whoever I want fill it up. We'll see ya.